It is. So in the last video, I left off with refactoring a test for a fee is generated after ride, and I did the same thing with the ride ended test, where these tests were approaching, if not exceeding, 20 lines of code, and I was able to get it back down to, I don't know, maybe a dozen lines of code. So that's where I left off at. And all my tests are green, okay? With the exception of the test that I'm ignoring. Now what? Well, now at the end of a ride, we verified that when a ride ends, that there should be some fee that's generated, okay? Now, what else? Well, I want to rename this get handler to ride in handler. Ride ended handler. And that's not going to look, it's not going to look too well. I'll focus on that later. This pay fee. Pay fee should be more related to an account than it is a ride. I mean, at the end of the ride, you pay a fee, right? But the pay fee is more related to a transaction, period. It comes after a ride. It shouldn't have to be focused on the ride. And so there's kind of two things here. There's when you're done with the ride, then there's a fee that gets generated. Hence this test right here. And I think that that belongs within this ride specification, which is this right here. But when you pay a fee, I think that's completely unrelated to a ride. And this is more related to an account that has a bank card registered. So maybe I could take that and instead focus on this account domain. Okay, and within this specification folder, this transaction right here, I already have a shell of payment transactions. Okay, and maybe I'll just put right here test pay fee. Okay, so now what? Well, we can start off with every test is going to have a setup. Every test is going to have a test. Every test is going to have a verify. Okay. Now what? Well, when you pay a fee, we need to basically have a fee that gets generated. Well, how would you accomplish that? Well, let me see. There's a mock sum fee that's right here. So we can, I think that's in our test API. So open test API. And our setup is, we have mock sum fee, we have our test. So we want to have mock sum fee dot, and then we can say, if we're at the view model scope, say that we're just going to have a pay, not execute. But that is already done. That's already your bank card is already selected before you even are en route. Your bank card is selected when you request a ride. Okay. So there's going to be a couple things that we need to consider. One is if I look back here, this was the ride ended view model, and there is a fee. Okay. And that was a result of executing a handle right here. Okay. So let's consider that, and kind of stuck in between. Should I invoke a pay function or a pay method with a fee, or should there be a pay method that just gets executed because there's an event saying that there's a fee? I kind of like the messaging part of it. This view model.pay.execute, like, in a way that shouldn't be done. I think this should really be event-based. Okay. Well, so I don't think this is related to a view model, but I do think that this is related to an accounts domain. So you could say open account. Okay. And let's imagine that that account that we have, that's in view model right here. But if we go down here, this account.domain, there's core. Okay. Uh-oh. Control MO. And we want to say mock.somfy. We'll say pay. Okay. Pay what? Pay with. And then there's going to be a bank card. Something like this. Okay. So now what? Well, we still got to, we have to get the bank card. And when you think about the Uber app and the Lyft app, that bank card is already identified or selected when you're requesting a ride. So the some pending ride is of type record. Okay. They all have a ride request. Okay. The question is, should a ride request, which is up here, also have a selected bank card Or should that be treated as something different? Right now, a ride request has a ride ID, a driver, a vehicle, a pickup, and a destination. And all this is relevant for requesting a ride. The question that I'm asking is, would there be anything wrong with having a payment type like this and having that of a validated, I think I call it validated card. Let me see. Yeah, validated card. Is there anything wrong with that? That's what I'm proposing. And I think that's okay. If I don't do it this way, yeah, I want to put a validated card in here. So this account specification relies on a validated card, which is in the language of our account. So if that's the case, then why is this? Let's get ride.core. Oh, something's not right. Okay, so we're in the wrong thing. If I go back down here, this validated card that should be brought from the language down to the core. So we'll do something like this. Okay. And it also wants a card. So we'll bring that down here. So we'll have card right here. And this is going to be cascading card type. Okay. And this is going to have I have the card type right here in core. Now there's a card number that's wanted. And card numbers right up here. And it's probably going to want the expiration date, month, security code as well. Okay. And it does. So we'll do that. Now our ride request now has a payment type that appears to be okay. I attempt to build this. I'm curious what errors I'm going to get, if any. I don't think I should have any errors. And the build failed. And if I look at this, no assignment given for payment type of whatever. And okay. So payment type equals, and then you can say some can I say card? There's some other card name. There's some card name. And I thought that I could do like some, how does this work? This some card name is, if I do Shift F12, mock some card name, that is used to just add bank card right here. That calls it submit. That submit will call it attempt add bank card, and then that's going to output a validated card right here. Okay, so if I'm surprised I don't have if I do validated card, that's internal. I expose it to my test API in my RIDE domain. Internal is visible too. So if I go back to my mock, theoretically I should just be able to say some validated card. Okay, that's what I should be able to say. And then I could just say let some validated card equals, well, actually, of type validated card. And then I could say equals. And well, hold up, put a open brace right there. That validated card is going to rely on a card. So I should be able to say card equals, and then maybe I could say some card, but it's not making that easy. But I can then have let some card equal, and I'm surprised I don't have this somewhere. Some card, nope, equals, and well, that's going to be of type card, okay, and that's going to take a brace over here, and that card is going to have a type holder name, whatever. So here, I should be able to say type equals, and then it should be like some type or some card. It should be like some card type. Maybe it's some card name. Type is supposed to be card type. Some card name is string. If I go over here and if I do a Shift F12 on type, there is a card type here that's of string, and we say to type. Okay. So theoretically, I should be able to say that this can be some card, some card name, and then we should be able to say something like to type, like that, and that should be okay. Now, what else we need in here is we need to have a holder equals, can I say some holder? No. So this holder of 12, I'm gonna say some passenger. Okay, that seems to be okay. Now what else? Oh, let me align this right here. All right. What else? We have card number. Card number equals, can I say some card number like that? Oh yeah, I'm missing the equal sign. Okay. What else? There's the expiration date. So we have expiration date equals, and then can I say some expiration, there's the expiration month and there's the expiration year. Is that what the expiration date is about? So I hit off 12 on that. Expiration date is expiration date, and well, that is expiration month and year, MM and YY. Okay, so this is supposed to be, yeah, can I do some expiration month, year? Looks like I have to do this. MM equals some expiration month, and then YY equals, and then that's going to be some expiration year, something like that. At least that's what it looks like. But that's all a string, and then that's a string too. So this is supposed to be a month. So I'm supposed to do something like this, month. Then this is supposed to be a year, I thought. So it's expiration date. It's called a 2-digit year, 2-digit, 2-digit year, something like that. This month isn't being recognized. Expiration, if I go back to expiration date, if I go back to card and I go to expiration date, that month is a month is a month. So we could say here that this month is going to be January. Okay, now what? It says it needs a billing address. So we say billing address equals, and it should be like some address like that. And hold up, how do I? Okay. And what else do we need? A security code. Okay. So we have security code equals, and then it should be some security code like that. Okay. And well, this is supposed to say security code like that. All right. And I guess, oh, this is, so this is supposed to say card number like that. Okay. And then I guess this is supposed to say person, something like that. No, what's a passenger? Um, Holder is supposed to be a person. Some passenger dot. Oh, that's not going to work. Is there some person? Nope. Okay. So what really is a person? I don't know. That holder should be a passenger. It should really be this right here. Okay. A holder should be a passenger. So I'm putting passenger right here. And that holder, I don't care what it says, this is supposed to be passenger. Something like that. Okay. Now I'm in core. So passenger, which is going to be in my, I think I don't know where a passenger is. Uh-oh, come here. This passenger is passenger of person. Okay, that makes sense to me. And your person has this first name and last name. So I'll go over here. This holder, it should still be passenger. I'm not gonna do that. And so this ride.specification, this passenger right here, I'll remove that and promote it to core. Something like that. Okay. And go back to the mock. And that's okay. This to type is not defined, but this to type is in the account. And so that is going to be, both of these are going to be promoted to core. And core is over here. We'll just throw that on the bottom. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do that right there. Okay. Back to the mock. Okay. Now, there's some, let me see. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Now, I think that some security code should really be security code wrapped in the text, and same thing with card number. Once I get all this compiled, then I'll revisit this. But for right now, if I attempt to build a solution, it looks like I broke something else. We have first name, over here. So the passenger is of type person, right? So I could put a function in here called get first name of holder and get last name of holder. That's what I could do. And what that would look like is that would look like let get first name, and then that would be of a passenger. I don't know how to spell passenger. How did I spell passenger? How do you spell passenger? Two S's in passenger. West isn't passenger. Okay. So you have that passenger, and then you have V. That's going to equal V. Okay. That's your first name. Your last name is the same thing. Okay. So now to address that, over where are we at? As the core, we have get first name. And over here we'll have get last name. Okay. And do something like that. Something like that. Now if we go back over here, this is a passenger, and what we want to do is say V dot first name, and over here say V dot last name, like that. Okay. And we'll go back to core over here. That should be resolved. And over here, you have holder with first name and last name. That holder is listed as a person. All right, get holder. And that is account.holder. And that's listed as a person. Okay. The question is, does that really need to be a person, or can it just be a passenger? So I think there's a design issue. I understand that a person has a first name and last name. I just feel like this is a passenger-centric application. Mm. This expression was expected to have type passenger, but here as person. And maybe I should put this back. And this holder right here, maybe that should just be a person. Okay. All right, so now our output type says that this holder is expecting passengers, and we have some passenger, but there's some passenger right here. Is a wrapper of person. So we should have something here like let good person of, in this case, passenger B. You can say passenger P equals P. Something like that. Okay. So then we can go back to our, I don't know where this arrow was. Then we can go back to this right here, some passenger, and say get person, and that should be okay. Okay. Now if we scroll all the way down here, I think these are just Visual Studio stuff. If I tend to build, I look at my output window, there's this right here, and we don't care about that right now. And everything builds. Okay. So now there's this, I have some fee and I want to pay with a bank card. Okay. Well, can I say mock dot some card? That's what we have right here. That's what we recently created. Okay. This pay with, that hasn't been defined, but we are in the account domain. So maybe in core, maybe we can say this is domain, try parse. Maybe we can say let pay, is it pay or pay with? And baby, I'll call you back in like 10 minutes. Okay. All right. Bye. Let pay with, and that's going to be, it's going to take a card. It's going to be a bank card right now equals, and that is going to, it's going to return a result. Because when we're paying with something, when you're paying with something, that should ultimately how do I do this? When you pay with something, it should be successful or error. If it's successful, then it should return you a receipt. In this case, a receipt and a transaction. It's kind of used interchangeably. I think we say the term payment transaction. And else there's a error description. Okay. Payment transaction is the ride, fee, and payment type. And that is, I think, exactly what we need. Okay. Now what? Well, so this is in our domain, but really the domain is going to, this mock pay with, or we should throw this in our mock or our test API and have this in there instead. This domain will get filled up later. So in our account.specification, there's an operations. Okay. And here's the pay operation right here. Take a validated card, you take a fee. And the result is a payment transaction or error description. So if we go to our mock, which is up here, that is where we want to define our mock pay. Okay. I'll throw it at the bottom somewhere. So over here, we can have let pay, and that's supposed to take a validated card and a fee. Okay. So we have, I don't know, let's say a card. The name of this test is pay fee. So we have a card and we have a fee. And that is going to equal a result. Okay. And I guess you want to do something like this. You want to say, no, result.okay. And here, if we look at our operations, we're supposed to have a payment transaction, which is a transaction ID, ride, fee, and something else. Now, I said result.okay, and I don't think there is some payment transaction. Okay. I feel like this payment transaction should really be called a receipt. And that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a receipt. Something like that. Okay. And so we'll call that some receipt. And at some receipt, we need to define that some receipt equals, and that's going to be it's going to be of type receipt, and that is going to be looking like this right here, where we have a transaction ID equal. I don't think I have anything called some transaction ID. Or do I have transaction? I don't have any of that. So here, let's say that some transaction ID equal, you could say transaction ID, and you can say, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, okay? Transaction ID is supposed to take a string. I'm just going to say that this is not accessible. And this is in our account. Internal, oh, okay. Internals. Internal. Okay. That error should go away. The other part of the receipt is the ride. Okay. So the ride equals, and this is where I feel that this pay card fee, well, that fee over here, I think it's agnostic. It doesn't know anything about a ride. In the question here, well, this pay card, I might as well go ahead and assign the type to that as well. That's a validated card, okay? Now, that fee, it's just a value, right? The question is, should I encode it with the details that is responsible for that fee? And when you think about it, a fee can be a couple things. A fee could be a cancellation fee that would be associated to a ride, and the fee can be the result of the end of a ride. So I feel like a fee is a record that has a decimal and has a ride, but I'm not sure if I should do it like that. Now there could be a ride fee, and maybe that's what I want. But then again, that should already be implicit. Well, there's a ride fee and there's a cancellation fee. So there's two types of fees so far. And they can mean two different things. So what I'm saying is there is a type ride fee, and then at least here we can have a equals, and we can have a ride, which is of type, this is end of ride. Okay. The end of ride is that right there. And then you can have a fee, and that's a fee like this. So you have a ride fee. And I know sooner or later there'll probably be a cancellation fee. Okay. That cancellation fee is a pending ride, something like that. Okay. So if I go back over here in our mock, I was working on this pay, and this fee is a ride fee. Okay. And so we return a sum okay, and we say sum receipt. Okay. This sum receipt, this mock receipt, I think, to take we could say ride receipt. There's a ride receipt and there's a cancellation receipt. So here we should have a ride fee like that. Okay. And if we have it in there like that, then we can say ride, which should be an end of ride, equals fee dot ride. Okay. Now what? Well, this receipt also needs a fee. Okay. Fee equals fee, and unfortunately, fee dot fee. So I need to call this fee name a ride fee. Okay. And something like that. And a receipt takes a payment type. So there's a payment type like this equals, and this is going to take a card. The card is a bank card. Okay. It's a validated card. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So that payment type is going to be a card. And it says the union cases or fields of receipt is not accessible. And that's because receipt needs to be marked internal. Oh. Okay. And if I attempt to, so this fee is a receipt fee of type fee. This expression was supposed to have type language fee, but here it has ride specification fee. So apparently there's two different fees. There's a ride specification fee, and there's a count specification fee. Well, let's get rid of the count one. The account one should, this is all specification, right? So there shouldn't be anything wrong with the account specification. Actually, I changed that, take that back. We'll go to our ride specification, and this right here, this ride fee, will get promoted to our core library. Okay. Attempt to build that. And here's an error. That ride fee is identified. This ride receipt is going to take that validated card is one of them, but that's the second last one. And this stuff should probably have the same signature or the same order of arguments. So this okay should have a ride receipt that takes a fee and a bank card in that order, like that. Okay. And if I attempt to build that, then I can scroll up here and this pay with is, I should be able to say mock some fee and then mock dot pay, and that's going to take the fee as the first argument and the card as the second argument. And so I think this is reverse. And some card is, that's not what I want. I want some card. I want this to be a validated, okay, validated card. How does this work? Yeah, validated card. And so we can import open get ride.core. Okay. A validated card belongs in, yeah, get ride.core. Here. And that should be something like this. Now this is going to say something. Let result equal this validated card is really a record. So you can say card equals, and that's Maxim card. It's not accessible from this location. Okay. And so that's why this should be mock some validated card Okay. So that mocks unvalidated card. Pipes into mock.pay as a second argument. The first argument is a ride fee. Some fee should really be some ride fee. What's this request fee? Oh, yeah. So that some fee should really be, there should be some ride fee in here. So there should be like mock.some ride fee. And if we were to have some ride fee, then we would have let some ride fee equals. And then we can just say that the some ride fee is going to be of type ride fee, like that. And that's going to have a ride equals, and then that's going to be a some, what is it going to be? Ride ended. Oh, that's a ride state. Or is that a end of ride, like that? Some ride, some ride, some en route ride. Some ride, is there, no, so I could say some end of ride that needs to be defined. Then fee equals, and then some fee, like that. Now there's some end of ride. This has some, this has some en route ride, which is right here. Okay. Question is, why isn't there some end of ride? End of ride, like that. Everything is right, boom, boom, okay. And then I could just do something like this right here, some en route ride. Okay, so now if I go back down here, I think, oh, that's fine. I can attempt to build the solution. And in the output window, it says some ride fee, doesn't know what I'm talking about. This pay ride fee. So this some ride fee right here. That's something that for right now I can just define. Let some ride fee equals, okay. And I could have sworn I just did this. Actually, I'm positive I just did this. Yeah, it's this right here. Okay. So now, does that come with a, does that some ride fee come with a, no, that's all it is right there. Some ride fee. Ride and of ride and fee. Okay. If I build this should just go away. It should just work. It says it's not defined, but I think that's just Visual Studio. It's here. Let some ride fee. Attempt to build this again. And I'm going to close this and reopen it. And I'm going to clean everything. Do I need to clean everything? Let me just try to rebuild before I clean. Control Shift B. Now I get in my output window, I see a sum ride fee is not defined, but I think I saw something earlier. I have a error duplicate definition of some en route ride. Oh, this is supposed to be some end of ride. End of ride. That's what it's supposed to be. Control Shift B. And this some end of ride is going to say, uh-oh. Some ride fee. Well, this is supposed to be some end of ride. Okay. Control Shift B. And that finally builds. Okay. So if we go back to our transaction, we have mock some valid card dot pay some ride fee, and that is going to result in an okay of a, I don't know, something. This receipt in which if it is a receipt, then we don't do anything. Else, if it's an error, then we do a assert dot fail like that. Okay. Now this can be piped into a piped into a function to accomplish this right here. And okay, something like that. So if I run this test, cool, this test passes. The only thing left that is payment transactions for right now. And I'll worry about that in another video. But so far, just consistently refactoring this mock module. There's going to be some functions in here that are going to be extracted out of this mock module and actually added to various domains, right? But that's it. So I'm kind of tired right now. And tomorrow I'll start writing or filling out the test for this payment transactions. Till then, I can get out of here and get out of here. And let me see over here. Get out of that. And that looks like it's fine. This looks like it's okay for now. This can be deleted. Okay. That looks fine. That looks okay. No, it doesn't. Okay. Up here is fine. And that's fine. If I do Control\M, Control-Alt-M, or Control-Alt-L, Solution Explorer, commit, then added test for pay fee, and commit all push. All right, so that's it. I'm tired. I'm tapping out. I am out. How do I do this? Stop.